The president is really attacking the press with renewed vigor. It's something we need to analyze in detail because it's something that's being talked about in newsrooms across the country right now. You might say his attacks against the media are becoming normalized in some way. Let me show you what I mean. I think it's as simple as this. CNN sucks! CNN sucks! CNN sucks! CNN sucks! CNN sucks! CNN sucks! President Trump's newest attempt to strip away our legitimacy and indeed our humanity is coming through on Twitter. He's posting these kinds of tweets. Here's one of them that I want us to take a look at and dissect. He is saying the fake news hates being called the enemy of the people only because they know it's true. He's claiming he's providing a great service to the public by explaining this. Here's what the president says about journalists. He says they purposely cause great division and distrust. They can also cause war, he says. They are very dangerous and sick.
One person, and tomorrow the headlines will be massive protests.
People, you probably haven't been watching a lot of CNN lately, but you may have heard they staged a televised town hall meeting on gun control last night. Wait, sorry, I'm so sorry. That was actually the 2 minutes hate scene from 1984, the film version of George Orwell's novel. We got the footage confused. It was easy.
I think what you're asking about is the assault weapons ban.
Yes, sir.
So let me be honest with you about that one. If I believed that that law would have prevented this from happening, I would support it. But I want to explain to you why it would not.
Can you tell me right now that you will not accept a single donation from the NRA in the future? I wish the NRA lady I could have talked to, because I would ask her how she can look in the mirror, considering the fact that she has children.
Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. You can shout me down when I'm finished, but let me answer Emma's question. He should have been barred from getting a firearm, and he should not have been able to. He should not have been able to purchase a firearm. So if I could change time and change circumstances, I would have done everything in my power to prevent that.
You just told this group of people that you are standing up for them. You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons.
I want to thank Dana Loesch of the NRA and also Sheriff Scott Israel for being here to listen to your questions.
Emotions were inflamed, and obviously we understand why. But yelling and nastiness don't help anyone. It's precisely in times of tragedy and distress that we need the calmest and most thoughtful voices. CNN last night brought us the opposite. They did it to make money. But they also did it for ideological reasons. That wasn't a town hall meeting, and it certainly wasn't a news event. It was an act of ritual public humiliation for anybody who disagrees with CNN's transparently clear position against gun rights.
America's healthcare system hangs in the balance. We're bombing a whole bunch of countries. Michigan's water is still contaminated. The Dakota Access Pipeline already sprung a leak. SpaceX keeps launching things into space on the reg, and a whole new commercial space industry is opening up. All of these things are going on in the news right now, and so much more. And guess what CNN's talking about? You know exactly what they're talking about. I don't even need to tell you, because we all know that all they're talking about on CNN is Donald Trump. Non-stop, all the time, completely obsessed CNN is with Donald Trump, to the point where newsbusters.org decided to do a little study. On Friday, May 12th, a team of their analysts reviewed all the footage that CNN aired between 4 a.m. and 11 p.m. for a total of 20 hours. Then they subtracted all the time for commercials, teasers, or promos and determined that CNN had aired 13 hours and 27 minutes of actual news programming within that time period. And of those 13 hours and 27 minutes, a whopping 12 hours and 19 minutes of it were devoted singularly to the Trump presidency. 92% of CNN's coverage was only about Trump. The remaining 68 minutes was all that CNN aired about any other news for those 20 hours on May 12th. That's it. That's all CNN dedicated to actual real news. And it gets worse, because the analysts also studied whether the coverage of Trump was good or bad, and guess what? They discovered 96 of CNN's guests on May 12th were critics of President Trump. There were only 7 guests who offered pro-Trump counterpoints.
I know we're all used to him tweeting all the time, but just think about what he's saying here. The president, with his back up against the wall, is saying journalists are dangerous, sick, enemies of the people. That's where we are. This is America.
Election, don't